chaotic. I mean, we were going to do some things that no one's ever tried in a wrestling ring before, and we got there, we had everything ready to go, and we were really excited about it. And then, like, I was in the ring, and I wasn't warmed up, and I was moving around, and I did something wrong, and I felt like a pop in my leg, and I went, oh no. And I right away grabbed Jungle Boy and I went back to the trainer, and I was trying to pretend like nothing happened, and they were checking me out, and they're like, dude, if you go out there, you're gonna tear your hamstring in half. Like, something's torn in there. It wasn't like a tendon tear. We didn't know how bad it was. They could have shot me up with something. I could have gone out there, but this wasn't pay-per-view tag title time. This is not time to do that. So, you know, we decided like an hour before to cancel me being out there, and they put Marko in it, and Marko had to immediately get with everyone and like totally change his day plan, and he nailed it. It was great. As far as what doctors have been saying about me is they're saying that it's a muscle injury, not a tendon injury, which means it's up in the air. I could be, sometimes these things heal in 3 to 4 weeks, sometimes it's 3 to 4 months. I'm hoping, based on the therapy I'm doing and seeing the doctor every week, and eventually they'll clear me 1 week, is that the latest possible that I will be ready to return to AEW standard of what they want from me would be January, the first week. That's the latest. I'm hoping to come back earlier than that. So, but that's my latest timetable for you guys. So it's not going to be until like mid-April or anything originally reported. Hopefully sometime this year, but definitely January at the latest.
Well, you guys had that 6-man tag.
Yeah.
That seems to be a match that people didn't know Luchasaurus before.
Yeah.
That like made you as fans maybe didn't know you before. Was there a sense when that happened of like, this is my time, come on, I need to, you know, I don't want this to be a long injury, this is the time I need to
I was sick to my stomach when this happened, and I had a flashback when I was on Lucha Underground. I tore my bicep right after having a singles match the night before with John Hennigan, and I was really excited about that match. It was the first time I would given a spot anywhere on any TV show where I had a chance to show what I could do. The next day I tore my bicep and I was out 3 months, and I felt that same flashback. I was like, this can't be happening again. Things are going so well, why did this happen? And my immediate thing is not to feel sorry for myself, though, is to like, okay, how can I prevent this from happening again? How can I get better while I'm out? And I've already been working, like the day afterwards I was back in the gym doing rehabbing around it. And I've already been able to normalize a lot of my movement that if I just sat there and did nothing and felt sorry for myself, it would be a lot longer. So my whole thing is to come back bigger, better, and have some new edge to the character that I didn't have before, and make something positive out of this. So we already have a positive, that Marko got to take the spot, and he really needed to be shown with our group and what he can do. And I think people now are understanding his role in the group, and it was like his trial by fire, and I felt like he passed it and did amazing. So I think when I do come back, we're all elevated because of it.
Can you walk us through your rehab process a lot?
Yeah.
Every day, twice a day?
To me, like my day is, you know, my girlfriend I live with, she probably, you know, hates it because I don't give her enough attention. But like, I wake up and I start the rehab process before I go to the gym for 2 hours. I'm doing all the mobility stuff at home. I'm working with all the little rehab tools they gave me. I also used to work in a rehab setting when I was in between wrestling for NXT to now. I started working with athletes in a rehab setting, and I got a CSCS certification to work in the therapy world. So I know what to do for it, and I have a lot of good people. I'm working with a massage therapist I see every week. That's amazing. So then I go to the gym and I do my other workouts to stay looking the way I need to stay. I go to the gymnastics center, and I can't flip right now, but I'm going to do all the little basic exercises to keep all the patterns in my head. I'm kicking very lightly with the leg that I can to keep everything moving on that front. So literally it's, you know, wake up, start all that stuff, and by the time I go to bed, I'm still doing it to the point I go to bed. So it's like, it's an all day thing for me. I consider this my job 24/7, and it's like, it's not enough just to show up at TV and have a doctor look at it every week. Like, I take this really seriously, and I want to be one of the best, and I want to be there now doing this. So I'm putting in as much effort as possible to eliminate this injury.
With the way the tag team tournament played out, do you have a preference on who you're going to get after once you get back to full strength? And what are your thoughts on who's going to win the triple threat tomorrow?
Well, number one, it's a question of who could win that one. I think anyone potentially can win that. I want the Lucha Brothers just because I want that match. Like, we had that match planned, and I'm not going to be happy until I have that match. So that's my focus when it comes to us having a tag match again. As far as having any trios matches, I'm down to have any teams combined. I saw Angelico and Evan's team with Kip Saban. I think that was the team, right? Yeah, those three guys I'd love to wrestle. I'd love to have a match with them. I'd love to try. So we've wrestled SCU twice. I'd love to, you know, do that again, obviously, because we know each other now. But I'd also like to try some other teams we haven't. We have so many guys we could have chemistry with that we haven't had a chance to show what we can do with. Young Bucks and Kenny, you know, the Elite. That'd be amazing. So we're excited about just getting out there with any of the teams on the roster.
How's it been? You've got a very like organic growth, even starting off with the AEW Dynamite starting off. How's that been with getting that reaction with fans, and as well as like just that? What's the reception been like backstage for you, just as a wrestler, which is your colleagues and everything? How's that been going? Like just the build to all that.
It's cool, you know, everyone kind of realizes that like I'm getting this crazy reaction and like people want to work with me because of that, because you know it's good to work with the crowd that's paying attention to what you're doing. It was not, I didn't necessarily expect 10,000 people to like chant my name right away, but I felt like it could do it. Like I knew that I would get those reactions on smaller scales, and I knew that the character, it does a lot of that. People want it. It's a fun thing. A dinosaur that's wrestling that looks kind of imposing, has a cool look. I put a lot of money into my wardrobe and my appearance, and I'm big. So I'm like, okay, this is something that people can get behind. But I need to be really clean in the ring with everything I'm doing. But I really want this to get across. And I did my first comeback at AEW, and I got all the kicks in the way I wanted to do them, and people loved it. And it just was from there. I was like, they felt exactly what I was feeling. I was like, wow, I don't have to try to think about their reactions or like look at them and pander and try to get them to react. They're just doing it. I can just feel that, and it's a powerful feeling. It's really hard to describe, but like I can feel them with me and supporting me, and it takes a lot of pressure off, and it's just it's more than I ever could have asked for.
Let's do one more, Bill. Go ahead.
Knowing how the injury happened, is there anything that you really could do to try and prevent it from happening again, or is it just something where you're gonna?
It was a freak kind of thing. Like I've had a lot of unfortunate luck with injuries in the past. It wasn't like something chronic that was about to go and wet. No, it was like literally I stepped wrong and I tried to save what I was doing, and I just felt the pop. I wasn't warmed up. We had flown in the night before, then filmed something in the morning. I wasn't hydrated. I had let my normal morning routine of stretches and like therapy go for that day, and that was my mistake. My new thing is on show days, like I'm keeping myself real hydrated. I'm going to warm up the way I know how to warm up before I try to do anything physical. So if an injury happens again to me, it's going to happen in the ring on the show, not an hour before the show. Like, because that's something, if it happened during the match, I probably would have just finished the match and been okay because of adrenaline. But the worst feeling ever is to be there on the day and then literally an hour before, nope, somehow you didn't make it to the show. I don't think that's ever happened before. It's crazy. It was just a real random thing, and I'm just trying to learn from it and go, okay, how can I reevaluate my program and what I'm doing and why this happened and why I can prevent it in the future. And you can never fully prevent an injury because things happen no matter how much you prepare. But I'm going to take extra steps now. I've gotten my nutrition part that I was lacking on, which was electrolytes and stuff, back up to where they need to be, and that was a big part of it. It could have been a lot worse, you know, so I was lucky.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you guys.